here's what happens. It's the second quarter, and Joe Burrow rolling to his right. The official who was there on the sideline incorrectly concluded that Joe Burrow had stepped out of bounds. With the ball in his hands, the ball was gone. Blew the whistle erroneously as if Burrow had run out of bounds at the sideline.
Yeah. I mean, are they not worried about the quarterback that's the point now we're going to blow the whistle when he's running in bounds?
I think that's it.
Let's
protect the quarterback from a hit by killing the play while he's, number one, still in bounds, and number two, has gotten rid of the football. We're going to actually blow the whistle to end the play before the play itself ends. And that's exactly what happened. There it is, 3rd and 4. He's rolling. And we'll play it where you can hear the whistle. You actually hear the whistle. Now, look, the ball's clearly
in the
out.
air. Yeah.
And the official's watching his legs as if he didn't throw it. The ball's in the air. The ball's in the air.
Yep.
And the whistle gets blown while the ball's still in the air before it's caught by Tyler Boyd. And do we have it with the sound? Here it is with the sound so you can hear it for yourself. Same play, same everything. Listen carefully for the sound of the whistle. No, the whistle wasn't in that one either. Here we go. Here it is.
No, I didn't hear it there either.
No whistle there either. Take our word for it. There was a whistle.
There was.
Nope, not again. Let's go ahead.
And the ball being in the air is when the whistle blew. Now, again.
Now.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, go ahead.
It wouldn't have. Here's the reality.
Yes.
And this is where it becomes an exercise in logic that quickly collapses on itself. But it didn't matter. The whistle didn't help Tyler Boyd catch the ball.
I agree.
The
That's
whistle
where we got to discuss that
nothing.
first. Yes.
It meant nothing.
Right. Nobody.
Yeah.
Go
nobody
ahead.
pulled up because of the whistle.
Nobody
Nobody stopped.
Agreed.
Because of the whistle.
Agreed.
But the rule book doesn't say that.
Yes.
The rule book says if the whistle is blown erroneously, the play's dead, and you do it again. It's like the ball hitting the trees out in the street when you're playing. Or
the ball hitting the scoreboard in the Cowboys game.
Whatever.
Yesterday.
Exactly.
Right.
We had the do-over last night.
Right.
It's the classic do-over.
Right.
That's what happens. So it doesn't matter that he would have caught it anyway. It doesn't matter that no one pulled up. It doesn't matter that the whistle being blown before the play ended didn't affect the end of the play in any way, shape, or form. The rule says if the whistle's blown erroneously, the play never happened and you do it again.
Yeah.
They may not like it, but that's what the rule says.
Yeah.
And they just chose to ignore the rule.
It's unbelievable.
That's all they did. That's what they did. They chose
amazing.
to ignore the rule.
It's amazing. At a competitive level, or a guy that just wants to watch football, I can get over it again because I don't think it really I don't think it affected the play. Where I can go, at least at the end of the day, I can put my head on the pillow and go, the Raiders were still competing there. Trevor Moehrig, who was covering, even KJ Wright in the back of the end zone, they did not point and look over at a whistle like we stopped. Watch them in the back of the end zone. In fact, KJ Wright going, I think they threw the flag because the guy was out of bounds, though he thinks the receiver's out of bounds. Moehrig doesn't look back. Look at 25. He's going, damn, that's body language of I got beat. Damn it, they scored a touchdown, I got beat. That wasn't, wait, I stopped and let me look to my left and the whistle blew. Absolutely not. That's where it's different. Look, guys in the back of the end zone, KJ Wright, he's got no idea there was a whistle blown or anything like that. The ball was in the air. They were still defending. So as a competitor, I can still sleep at night with that. But to your point, the thing that bothers you is, again, it's the worst refereeing year I've ever seen in NFL history. And the common sense is just crazy. And the overprotection of the quarterback, it all goes into this play. Everything goes into it. I don't know what the referee was looking at. He's looking at a white stripe on the ground, trying to see the game with peripheral vision. Get your eyes up. You got a quarterback running to you. And then the other aspect is, this is, again, where I think full-time refs would help. I don't care what anybody says. Guy just coming out and watching guys play football on Sunday, it's too overwhelming, in my opinion, for some of these guys. I see it every week where I go, I don't know, is he a fan and he's just eating popcorn? Is he in too amazement? Did he swallow his ref? Is he going to call every foul he's ever seen in the history of his life? It's all over the place. But then, Mike, even on top of that, we've seen New York, 345 Park Avenue, get involved all year. All year. And they pick this the moment to stay out of it. That's where it's insane. That's where it's insane. So I guess I have a little feeling of both sides. Like, it didn't affect the field, but again, the application, to your point, was absolutely stupid. And I don't know what the hell they were doing.
And if you want to change the rules to say that in the event of an erroneous whistle, a decision can be made in the discretion of the referee with the input from the replay assistant or the league office, that the erroneous whistle did not affect in any way the outcome of the play, and therefore in those instances we won't do it again, fine. But until that's the rule, until that's how it's written, you can't do it this way. You can't just make up the... And look, we're either going to have rules that cover the game or we're not. We're either going to follow the rules that cover the game or we're not. And they chose, in that moment, to ignore the rule. That's what Raiders fans should be upset about. And that's what anyone who gives a crap about the rules being properly applied should be upset about.
Yeah.
And right? You got a bad rule on the books. Oh, well, sucks for you. Fix the rule in the offseason. For now, apply the rule that's on the books.
Well, and then, I mean, I'm picturing everybody at 345 going effing Florio right now.
Oh,
but,
I got more.
Yeah.
I got more.
Well, you should. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. And I was going to add something else, and I lost my train of thought, and I forgot what I was going to add. Go ahead.
It becomes even more nonsensical because, and you know how.
Oh wait, this is what the Terry McAuley. They bow to Terry McAuley. They don't release a statement during the game. They go, we're not going to release a statement. What Terry said on TV sounds good to us, basically. I know I'm paraphrasing.
Well,
that was insane, too. I mean, Terry's the man. He was all over it. But I can't believe the NFL didn't have an official statement at the time.
Because here's what happens.
Yeah.
Here's what happens. They defer to the pool report. They don't make all the officials available to the media after the game like coaches and players. I think the officials should be available. I think the referee should have a press conference after every game. After every game, the referee should have a press conference. What happens is sometimes if there's a controversy, they will make the official available, the referee available to a pool reporter. Now, what they did, instead of making referee Jerome Boger available to the pool reporter, they made Walt Anderson, the senior VP of officiating, available to a pool reporter, which, and we wrote an item about this at PFT, and I'll defer to the language of it should have been Boger. It should have been Boger who did the pool report. Boger should have been the one to face the music. What Anderson said was, we confirmed with the referee, Boger, the guy who didn't do the pool report, and the crew, that on that play, they got together and talked. They determined that they had a whistle, but that the whistle for them on the field was blown after the receiver caught the ball. After the receiver caught the ball. So, folks, this is Orwellian. This is gaslighting. This is 2 + 2 = 5. And this is one guy who is a step removed from what happened on the field telling us what they told him, not one of the guys on the field telling us what happened. They kept Boger away from this. They didn't make Boger tell the story that isn't true. They let Walt Anderson tell the story that isn't true, that the whistle was blown after the catch was made. Why is it even an issue, Chris? Why are we even talking about erroneous whistle if the whistle is blown after the catch? Because you know what happens after the catch? The play's over. The whole idea that it's even a discussion means that, of course, the whistle came, and we heard it.
Yeah,
not
right.
today.
We're not dumb. That's
not
where
today.
It's
you haven't heard it
annoying.
yet.
No,
We're still
everybody's
trying to bring you
hearing it. For some reason, everybody's
evidence.
hearing it, Mike.
We're not hearing it?
It's just us.
We're
I
just
don't
not
know if
hearing
it's our
it.
earpieces or whatever, but everybody's hearing it. I'm getting texts from friends going, we're hearing the whistle.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. But that's what makes it even worse. Look, if you're going to ignore the rule book, fine. But don't make up some bull crap on the back end to justify ignoring the rule book.
Yeah.
Why not just say, well, you know what, in the moment we decided that it didn't affect the outcome of the play. See, they can't do that because the rule book says, wait, ho. There's no allowance in there for that. So that was handled poorly by the officials on the field. It was handled poorly by Jerome Boger. It was handled poorly by the league office. And it ultimately was handled poorly in the decision to make Walt Anderson, not Boger, available. And the reason given to me is, well, anytime it involves replay review, the head of officiating is the one who does the pool report. Well,
there's no replay.
Whistle isn't reviewable.
There's
no replay.
Right.
So why is it him?
Yeah.
Why is it him? Well, it was a touchdown. Touchdowns are always reviewable. But that aspect of the play isn't reviewable, and that's what they wanted to talk about. Nobody wanted to know, was Joe Burrow out of bounds when he threw the ball? Was Tyler Boyd out of bounds when he caught the ball? They wanted to know about the erroneous whistle. So anyway, that was a horrible look for the officiating department.
Way to start the
look
playoffs
for Jerome Boger.
Yeah.
Horrible, horrible, horrible. And they're lucky it didn't happen with the game on the line. That's the only way it would have been worse. Let's take a break.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.